Hey, well, welcome to the channel. It's Friday. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I thought I'd come up into the city and walk along the river, across the Iron Bridge, and then maybe go down towards the left. I've not been down that way, and we have had a lot of rain. There's been a lot of flooding inside the city of Chiang Mai, and right now it's nice. I mean, the weather's real cool and nice breeze and lots of clouds. But anyway, this is where we're at, and we'll start walking and go across the bridge and then go down to the left. And I'm going to tell you a story today about a German guy who married a Filipino, and it's kind of an interesting story, and also has some ties to Thailand as well. And, researching these things, every time I find a story, I think, well, that's the top one. Hello.
Hello, sir. Hello, officer.
How you doing?
I was watching you when I was back in America on YouTube.
You did see me in America?
Yeah. And, now I'm back. I'm finally back. It took me 3.5 years to get back here.
Yeah. How long were you gone?
I was gone for 3.5 years. But I lived here for 4 years and 7 years now.
You don't mind being on the video, do you?
Here less.
Okay.
I'm not wanted by anybody.
Amen.
The law or anything else.
There you go.
So I'm just waiting for the little store to open.
Well, great. Enjoy your time here.
Yeah, nice seeing you.
Thanks. You'll be on YouTube tonight.
Yeah, if I don't know, I would have worn my
Ah, you look fine. I love the beard. Take care, man.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. But anyway, I'll tell you a story about this German guy, and it's just, like I said, I keep thinking I've topped it all. You know, the barbecue one was pretty wild, but this one's going to go past that one. But anyway, I want to thank everybody that subscribed to the channel and left comments. It's really helped a lot. We're almost up to 10,000, and it's really a thrill to me to see people joining the channel and enjoying the content. Now we're going to walk across the Iron Bridge, and I'm going to show you River Market and what they're doing to it. And for those of you who just want to hear the story, wait till after I pass River Market, and I'll start the story. But rather than stop and start and all that stuff, I'll wait till I get past there before I start telling it. It was funny coming up the river road. It was all kinds of stuff floating down the river. I saw soccer balls, chairs, all kinds of crap. But that's what they're doing to River Market. Doing a lot of work on it. You see the water, yeah, there's still stuff, trash floating down there. It's always nice to be out walking around and running into somebody that sees the channel. It's always a thrill for me. I guess I really don't realize how many people actually do see it. Somebody's put a lock there. They do that on the bridges and stuff. It's usually a couple will come down and seal their love on a lock. There's a bridge up in Doi Saket that's real famous for that, and one day I'll walk up there. Yeah, I'm going to try to walk down by that temple down there that rents that'll take you out on the boat. You can see the boat coming now. And they'll take you up the river, and I think they stop at a village up there. I don't know exactly where it is. But we're not going to wait for the boat because it'll be a while before he gets up here. I would not want to fall in that water for anything. But we'll walk up here past River Market, and then we'll walk left. I just love the color of that hotel. It's amazing. It just kind of sticks out in the sky. I think there was some controversy about it when they first painted it, and then they finally decided that they'd leave it the way it was. See, they've come out here. It looks like they've built out onto the bank a little bit. That's going to be a big place. Well, let's get walking here. That's a cool Volkswagen bus. It's amazing the kind of money those things are bringing right now. Yeah, they looks like they've gutted the inside and they're building something else out towards the front of it too. I bet you it's going to be a big restaurant. Jameson Connects Thailand. Interesting. And you got sausage, bacon, and beer, coffee over here. I've not been in any of these places over on this side. Yeah, major construction going up here. Look at that. Yeah, they're going to put something up here. This was really a beautiful restaurant when Riverfront had it, or Riverside, or whatever it was called. But we'll go out to the street here and turn left. Right there is OMG. They have a pretty good breakfast there. And they serve lunch as well. And if you walk straight down that way, you go towards the night bazaar, but we're going this way. Good chili cooking school. Chefs together, huh? Interesting. You can see they've really done a lot of work to that. Okay, for the story today. Back in about 2004, 2005, this German guy, he meets this Filipino girl, and it doesn't say whether they met on the internet or not. I assume they probably did. Good sandwiches there too, right there on the corner. But they end up getting married, and they're living in Germany, and things are going on. God almighty, that noise. Get by some of this noise. Anyway, they're living in Germany, and he's a computer tech or something like that. And it doesn't say what she does, but I assume from the way the article read, she had some kind of job and was working as well. And in reading between the lines in this story, I'm going to say that he was messing around on the internet and talking to girls, you know, on the internet, and I'm going to assume, based on the conclusion of the story, that it was probably most of the girls he was talking to were from Thailand and around Pattaya. Well, about November, he rents a warehouse in Germany, not far from his house, and he sets up a computer in the warehouse. Now, the article says that he set it up to so he could search for ways to kill her. I personally, I think originally when he set it up, it was for a place where he could go and talk to girls on the internet and not be caught by his wife. You know, that's my speculation only. But he rents the warehouse, sets the computer up, and this is around about they're saying the 19th of November. I think it's 2015. And he's wanting to go to Thailand. And the article says that he's wanting to go to Thailand to have a booze and I'll just put it bluntly, a booze and whoring vacation. Sex vacation is how they put it. And he knows he can't do it as long as as long as his wife's around. So he starts searching on the internet. According to what the article says, he starts searching on the internet of ways to kill her. And he comes to the conclusion, based on what he's reading on the internet, is the best way to kill her is to hit her in the head with a hammer. So he goes out and buys a 5-pound hammer and a roll of duct tape. And he waits till she goes to sleep. And after she goes to sleep, he hits her in the head with the hammer and embeds the hammer in her head. And you know, I have seen that before, and it's a gruesome sight. Hello there, how you doing? Another one that knows me. But one of the first cases that I worked as a homicide investigator was a guy had embedded a ball-peen hammer into the side of his wife's head and then took a carpet knife to her. Hello. It was she was still alive when I got there, and it was one of the worst messes I'd ever seen. But anyway, how this guy could do this to a person, you know, I don't know. But anyway, the hammer didn't kill her. So what he did was he took a plastic bag, put it over her head, and taped the bag shut, so she basically laid there in bed with a hammer embedded in her head and suffocated. So from there, he leaves, he goes back to his warehouse. And he starts searching for ways on the internet of how to keep a body from stinking. And for some reason, and I don't know why he came up to this conclusion. I've never researched it, but I don't think it would have much effect on a body, was styrofoam insulation. So he buys the styrofoam insulation, and he gets some industrial strength garbage bags, and he takes them back to his warehouse that he's rented. From there, he goes to his travel agent. Well, first he goes and wipes out his and her bank account. They both had separate bank accounts, according to what I can figure. It says that he wiped out her bank account, so I'm assuming that they had separate bank accounts. He took all the money out, and then he goes to the travel agency and buys his ticket to go to Thailand. Now we're getting on towards about the 1st of December here, and he goes back to the warehouse, and he collects the garbage bags, and he goes back to the house, and he saws her up in, it says 8 different pieces. Now guys, how a human being could do this to somebody that they had married. I mean, I don't care how angry your wife gets you. It takes a cold-blooded person to cut up a body. And again, I know because I've seen it. I've seen the aftermath of something like that, and it's not a pretty sight at all. And how somebody could do that, I just don't know. And then get on a plane and go to Thailand and party. But anyway, he cuts her up and stuffs her in the bag. We're going to walk this way because I think the boats are down here. And then we'll walk through the temple. But anyway, he bags her body up and takes her back to the warehouse, and he adds the foam in there. And what that does, I have no idea. I don't think it does anything. In my experience, as far as seeing bodies that people had tried to cover up, the only thing I've ever seen used was lime, and that really didn't do much but solidify the body. But anyway, he does that, and he seals the place up and takes off and comes to Thailand. Well, before he goes, he sends a message, an email to her family and their friends and stuff, that she's left him and gone back to the Philippines. And it says that in the letter he said that he's going to try to win her back. So I assume, and again, this is an assumption, this is really pretty, that he told him he was going after her to try to find her. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. But it sounds like from the article that that was what he was doing. Well, anyway, he comes to Thailand, finds one of the girls that he'd been chatting with, and apparently starts having just a great time. And he lasts 5 weeks. He blows all his money. His visa is about to expire, and he has no choice but to go back to Germany. So he catches a flight back to Germany, lands in Germany. As soon as he's in Germany, they lock his ass up, and guy confesses. He says, he said he killed her, and he wanted to have a sex vacation, and yeah, it doesn't look like they load the boats from here. It must be inside the temple. We'll go back and walk through the temple. But he said he knew that as long as she was alive, he couldn't go, and so he killed her. Now, what was going through his mind, I don't know. Whether it was maybe he had to have known he was going to get caught. I don't think he could have thought he could have got away with it. So, was he making his last romp for his life? I don't know. He ended up getting convicted, and they gave him life in prison. And they say he'll be out when he's 74, which would be 20 years. I don't think that's enough. I mean, it's just amazing. I have no words for it. I can't imagine a human being doing that to another human being. That, you marry the person at a point in time, you get to have kind of feelings for them, you're living with them. It's just, people just amaze me what kind of crap they can pull. But, he had his 5 weeks in Pattaya, and no telling how much money he spent. And now he's got 20 years to think about it. Just amazing. In researching these stories, it's crazy, some of the stuff you read. I mean, I just kind of was searching for this one, or wasn't really searching. I was just kind of searching and ran up on this one, and about 5 more popped up. And it's just amazing the things that never ceases to amaze me, what people will do. Hey, little guys. Yeah, I think it's down here where they launch the boats. Really a nice day. It's not so hot right now. I will pin the location of this temple as well. Hello. Please wear face mask. Okay, I'm not going to go in there. We'll walk up here and I'll show you. Buckets of food to feed the fish. I have it. So I'm going to put my mask on. I forgot to bring it, so I'll leave. We'll walk out to the left here. And go down a little bit further. It's really beautiful in here. I forgot to mention in the beginning of the video, Sunday night at 8 p.m. we'll have a live stream, and we're going to talk about the realistic cost of living in Thailand. We're not going to sugarcoat it, and we're just going to talk about the realistic cost for different styles of life. You know, I see these videos where people say you can live on $500 a month here, and that's true. But is that really a lifestyle that you'd want to live? I don't think so. But we're going to talk about that, and we'll talk about a few other things. So, you know, drop in and say hello. We'd be welcome to have you. Now, we'll get out to the road here, see which way we're going to go. Chai Mongkhon Temple. And then down there, that goes towards the Muslim area. Well, we're at 23 minutes right now, so I think I'll end the video right here. I appreciate y'all, and I hope you enjoyed that story. There's really not much to enjoy about it. It's really sad. I mean, I went in after I found it. I went into Lek and told her about it. And, you know, her eyes got about this big, and I said, forget about the charcoal under the bed. You know, I said, that's mild compared to this one, but yeah, it's just amazing what people will do. Well, anyway, I'm going to head back to the car, go get something to eat, and then I'll go home and work on this video for y'all. Y'all have a good day. Appreciate you coming in.